I went outside this morning and on my porch was a box of books sitting underneath a chair on my porch. I looked at the books, they were hardback books, and one of the books was this one that was inside. And immediately I knew exactly who did it. I knew who, which one of my friends put this box of books on my porch. There was no note, there was nothing. I got no text, I got no telephone call, yet I knew. Tell you the story. About 30 years ago, I met this lady. She and I worked together at AT&T, and we kind of hit it off. Age difference, about maybe our age is about 6 years, 7 years difference, but we kind of hooked it off. We were both always struggling, trying to make our way, trying to get things done, and we just developed this routine. We knew every free place in the District of Columbia where you can get food. We just knew where to pick it up. If it wasn't free, it was damn near close to being free. So we hooked up a schedule. We both worked at AT&T. We were at the phone store at that time, and we figured out, okay, this day you pick up here, this day you pick up here. So we alternated our schedule. Sometimes I worked the morning shift and she worked the afternoon shift. Depends upon where we were going and what we were going to pick up. We just knew. And this went on for, I don't know how long we worked there, but it went on for about a year, maybe 2 years. As we moved forward, we kind of moved in different directions. But that's how it started. We developed this relationship, not necessarily friendship, but a relationship and interaction. So as the years went by, again, 30 years, probably over 30 years, and we developed through time. We exchanged things. Hey, such and such is giving away this. You know you can get this for free. You know you're involved in this. And we just moved and grew. If I was getting rid of something, or you know anybody who needs such and such, you know anybody, this is how our relationship. Hey, I'm getting rid of a comforter. You got, what size bed you have? Oh, I don't know, and I may do the same thing. I got too much of this at my house. Do you know anybody? Do you know anybody? That's our favorite. Do you know anybody? Because now we're at this stage here, we don't necessarily need, but do you know anybody that needs this, that, and the other? Be it a comforter for the bed, a light, a lamp. So through the years, I'm never surprised when I go on my porch and there can be, sometimes there's a chair on there, there has been a lamp on there, there's been a stool on there. Sometimes it's a big bag of clothes on there. There's never a note. There's never any discussion that I'm leaving this over here for you. I just know, because we know that she's the only one that we have this kind of relationship. If she's traveling, she may call me and say, I'm getting ready to go such and such. Have you been to St. Lucia? What happened to St. Lucia? I may call her. You went to Columbia? Tell me what happened to Columbia. We have I want to say a business, a inter kind of reaction, because again, we're friends in a different way. We don't see each other. We don't hang out. We don't party. We don't go out to eat. But whenever we need a certain type of resource, so maybe we're resource friends, I would call her and she would call me. She calls me Little Little. Little Little, I need some information on real estate. I used to sell real estate. Little Little, what do you think about such and such, about this? You think it's a good what the market is doing? Again, she calls me Little Little because I'm about 5'1" and she's 5'10". And again, we just have that. I called, remember, or we text sometimes. I text her not so long ago, and I said, what do you know about Chase Sapphire? I don't know, how do you have it? No, I don't have it. But I think my friend has it. Let me check out and see what Chase Sapphires do. Or she'll say, I went down to her hometown. She's from Memphis, Tennessee. And I said, hey, I'm going down. I'm down in your neck of the woods. Well, you need to go here. You need to do this. Let me find out about this. Let me find out about that. And it's really kind of an interesting relationship because, again, I would not necessarily say that we're friends, but whenever we need something, we're resource oriented. I mean, I'll take care of her dog. If she's traveling and she needs a dog sitter, bring the dog over. I've been doing it for years. Not so long ago, the dog came, and my dog and her dog, kind of did some things and played around. My dog loved it. He loved having a buddy. So I don't even know how to describe what type of friendship, but we are definitely resource. She is a part of my life that I know if I needed information. I think she's very smart. She's very conservative in her, I would say, in her investments. You know, she used to work for the bank, and she always used to say, I could make $1 holler because I work for a bank. But I just, everybody says, well, how can you not be surprised when you come out on the porch and you see something? Because I know it's her. When I saw the books, first I looked at it, I opened the box, and I looked at it, and they were hardback. And I remember a couple of months ago, she was cleaning out one of her husband's uncle's house or aunt's house or something. She said, I got all these books because, yes, I love books. I have lots of books. Sometimes I sell them on Amazon, but sometimes I just can't. I just got to keep all those books, and they're all over the house. They're everywhere. Love books. I've always loved books. I loved it as a child. So we had a conversation. She said, I'm cleaning out all of this stuff. Little, what do you need? I said, well, I don't mind taking certain books, but I don't want any more softback books. I like the hardback books are better. So I like to keep them better. So I don't want any more. Although there may be some exceptions, but as a whole, I want hardback books. I like them better for my library, for my inventory, whatever. So therefore, when I came out that day, I guess the conversation we had about those books were, well, maybe 3 or 4 months ago. I can't remember. It had to do with, it might have been longer than that. And so, but I knew because she is good at that. She's attention to detail. If you tell her something, very rarely will she forget. So when I came out and I saw the box and I saw the books kind of hanging out, because it wasn't closed and stuck underneath a chair, wasn't sitting out there like a delivery. It was intentionally put underneath this chair. So when you came out, you had to kind of look that way. And I sat there and I said, I know who left these books for me. I wasn't surprised. So I later on the day I called, I texted her. I didn't call her because we don't talk on the phone. We might talk literally conversation, catch up, or maybe twice a year, maybe 3 times a year. For the most part, we text. We do Facebook. We look at this, know what's going on, but not unless it's a particular question, a particular thing. We don't have a conversation. And when we do have a conversation, it may be hours because we got to catch up with all the things we haven't done and what was going on. So when I called, I texted her. I said, you dropped those books off, didn't you? She said, yeah, no problem. I remembered you said you wanted hardback. I said, yes, I did. I said, I thank you. I appreciated you. And I thanked her. I mean, she had some great books in there. And I'll show you again. This was one of the books. I'm not sure whether I read this book or not. I probably have this book because I like this author. But I just know that's how we roll. I'm never surprised. One time I came and there was a stool sitting in my porch. A stool, just a little round stool. You sit on the stool. Another time there was a folding kind of little tray that you fold and put different. I knew it was her. I just know. And again, there's never a message, never I'm dropping something by your house. Well, sometimes she'll say I'm dropping something by your house. But most of the time it's just like she dropped it by my house. And we don't even live nearby. She lives in Maryland. I live in D.C. But she comes through Maryland. She has friends in Maryland, relatives. I guess, I don't know. It doesn't make her a difference. If she has something, she has a big truck, she will put it in the truck and drive it and drop it off to your house. That's how she does. Or tell you where you can go and pick it up. So a lot of people, again, don't understand how can you and her have this kind of friendship, mentorship, and it's not even a mentorship, it's just resource. We just know, the go-to person. Who do I need to go to for this information? I know if it's finance, if it's travel, because she now has traveled the world. And now we compare notes. Again, her last trip was, I think we both went to St. Lucia. We stayed at different places. I told her, don't go to this place, stay at this place. I went first and then she went. And we compared notes of what we should do and not do in St. Lucia. Now she just came back from Colombia. And she was telling me all the things that's going on in Colombia. Again, we talk about travel. I said, oh, Colombia, never thought about Colombia. She said, yeah, you got to check out Colombia. But we have this relationship. And you can do this and the airfare is this. And very different kind of relationship. This is why I say I love my friends. You always hear me say I love my friends. And again, a friend is not somebody I see every day. I call her a friend. And even if we're not doing something, she's hanging out with people more her contemporaries, more her age, I still would consider her a friend, a resource, because again, she's just been there, and she's that kind of friend. We all have different kinds of friends for different reasons. Some are traveling friends, some they're not all inclusive, but she is my resource. She is my go-to friend. I know if I ever needed something or I have something, we make sure we don't throw anything away. We're all both in the community. We're going to give. We're going to make sure somebody needs something. If she says, hey, I'm looking for an apartment for somebody, could you help me out? Somebody, this is, or I'll call her. Do you know anybody who's doing this? She is the go-to resource friend. And then really, appreciate her. I appreciate all that she brings to the table, even if we don't see each other, we don't eat lunch together, we don't party together. She is a friend, and everybody needs that friend that sometimes just nobody needs to say anything. You don't need to say a word, but they do something and you know it's them. You just know. No questions asked.